Hey, welcome to Branching Out. I'm just touching base with you in 2025. We're getting close to Christmas time. It's getting a little late in the year. And then now it's just going to start turning over now. As soon as we hit January 1st, we're going into the new year and spring will be right around the corner. So I got a lot of plans, including I'm going to make a video of it too, I'm sure, as dropping off at the Seedy Saturday, which is like a free seed exchange at the Hamilton Library. So that's the one I'm used to going to. I'm from Hamilton originally. So I'm going to be trying that out. But one of my top priorities this year is going to be the wood chips. So I'm really digging the wood chips, getting them into the ground. It's going to help add nutrients to the soil. It helps keep the water, sort of sequester that water a little bit longer, keep that a little bit more moist. We do get an occasional drought here every summer, around in July. So we really want to work on that too, as well as weed suppression and aesthetics. It looks pretty good when you have it all nice and neat and kind of tidy, and I don't have enough leaf mulch and stuff to use, but wood chips seem to be cheap enough to buy, and I don't mind spending a few dollars doing that. So it's been helping me so far. So we're going to continue to do that. So we got a few months before spring happens, so there's a lot of things going on still. I have a lot of my seeds in the fridge stratifying, so there's definitely a lot of that stuff going on in there. I really can't wait for that, especially the cherries, the Fairhold cherries, which is a nice sweet cherry. I want to put a lot more of those cherries in my orchard. So that's just another thing I want to work on, is that orchard, and try to grow my own trees, or sometime near the spring, or even now I could get some more plants, some bare root plants, so about $20 a piece. But gotta work on it. I'm hoping my pecans are gonna survive. They kind of struggled a little bit this year, so out of the 4 I had 2, but then when the winter hit, I don't know. So, but we want to get more pecans. Hazelnuts are always good. We got lots of places to put them. Blackberries is a huge one for me. So when I go around and I take all those cuttings, they usually root pretty good, but it's good to start in the springtime when it starts getting a little bit warmer, because that over the winter trying to do it, it's tough unless you have a really good spot to put them, in my opinion. But yeah, there's a back tree line. So here's some of the food forest anyways here. This is looking up at the greenhouse, kind of looking at us right now. My greenhouse is there. I got 24,000 liters of water coming in there, coming off the roof. And yeah, we're going to be filling it all in. We want to get more strawberries for ground cover. We're going to be putting in more lupins and clover, definitely clover. In all the guilds will be clover. Clover really helps, and I did a video on that last week. It really helps suppress those weeds, right? And sometimes even kill them. So, and it's good. You keep the bees around. The more bees I get, the better pollination I have, the bigger the fruit, the better the growth. Everything happens when you get a good ecosystem, which is why I like permaculture so much, is to create that natural growing ability to just let everything kind of intertwine with each other in some kind of synergy, where they just kind of grow off each other. The roots put the certain, like the lupins and the clover, they put the nitrogen into the ground. The roots, the microbes eat up all that nitrogen and, become food for, the trees and so on and so forth. It's just a big cycle, big natural cycle. And that's what permaculture is all about. And that's why we're trying to kind of mimic nature a lot. Just planting things the way we want, though, So we're looking at big trees on the outside, followed by, like, say, fruit trees kind of on the inner side, and then, and so on and so forth on contour. And the more you can do that, and that's why I plant tree bush, so that the light will penetrate through the bushes into the next tree, and so on and so forth. It's just a really good angle for me, and it's decorative, right? So again, so a lot of this is aesthetics as well. So that's why I'm doing that. So we're gonna be taking a lot of cuttings. I have 4 mulberries that are doing pretty well on the windowsill right now. I got some hops growing over here. I don't know if it's gonna do so well, but it seems to be a very slow grower. So we also have hops here too that didn't really come up too good, but we're hoping that the rhizomes that I put in each one of these posts will really start hitting their growth spurt. So we're really hoping for that year. I'll get in there and do some weeding. And we did some potatoes over here, so that was good. We're probably going to do that again. It was a real easy thing to do, and surprisingly easy to pull up. I thought it would be a lot harder. I thought I was going to get more compact, maybe if I talk to my buddy next door and get another load of compost, that would be great too, because that stuff seems to be pretty good when it's worked down. So yeah, there's kiwis. Got these kiwis on the vines on all of my trellises now. And I got a new trellis over here. We put in kiwis, and we're really hoping to get those kiwis in there. I'm using lots of that chips. Again, I really got to get that moisture in the ground and keep it in the ground so that they have a good chance to grow, because they do need regular watering. And I don't have water down here. I have water maybe on the hill, but not down in the main food forest. We'll be also spreading them around too. So if I can get some cuttings, we'll be trying to do that this year. Lots of cuttings. We always try cuttings. It doesn't matter how good you do. Experts can do it all the time and, you know, have like an 80% chance. I'm more of a 50-50 guy. Some things work, some things don't. Certain things work better doing things in a different way. So some cuttings are good straight into the dirt, which can grow like grapes, vines, and, you know, any, the kiwi, for example. I also found that the mulberry is pretty easy to root too as well. And I just put them in sand and like a clear box with some sand and some moisture, and that was it. Again, if you want to do figs, that's a real easy one to do too as well. You just take the cutting, put them in there, spray them, mist them every 3 days, lay them on top of sand, and you don't even have to plant them in there. They just grow roots. So those are really good fruits to go. We're going to be working on the fig too as well. Right now I have one in the house. It's a Rouge de Bordeaux. I want it to get bigger so that I can take cuttings from it. I don't want to be, you know, chopping it down and spend all year getting as big as it did. And my lemons are also in here too. So the idea is that eventually we'll transition into the greenhouse and be able to somehow keep the heat in a lot longer, and it'll create its own system in there, because right now it's just way too cold certain parts of the year. So we want to get in there and get all our trees in there. I have a bunch of apples, mainly galas. I have a bunch of seeds in the fridge, which are Red Delicious, and some more Honey Crisps. We want to get a few of the Honey Crisps in the food forest, but there's also a back tree line where I said I wanted to put the blackberries basically on the one far side, and then on this side of it, fill it in. Now there's some mature apples and pear trees there that I had done some pruning about 2 years ago. I did a video of that in the wintertime. And I'm going to be putting in more trees there. So especially the apples, because it's a do or die situation. You just throw them in there. If they make it, great, that's good. But I'm not going to worry about that back end. I just have a lot of gala apples, so if they do make it, that's great. And if 1 or 2 fail, it won't make a difference. We'll just replant them. We got plenty of those kind of seeds. So definitely going to do the peach and plum that I've been collecting a lot of the seeds here, and they're in there stratifying in the fridge. I point over here because that's my fridge. They're stratifying. We're going to be hoping that they're going to split open and we get them started. Were put in like in October, so hopefully a couple of months before spraying, they'll already be in pots inside and get a little bit of growth. And when it finally hits like June, they'll go outside, and we'll get them planted right away. So I got a lot of cages downstairs, about 10, 11 more cages to, obviously I need that many plants to put in that are small. The rabbits are really trying to attack my chestnuts that I put in the second year, and they just keep stunting them. So we're going to definitely protect them this year and get some more wood chips. Definitely the shagbark hickory in the bare root cage back there. We're going to do a whole bunch of them. Hopefully they start sprouting, and we'll definitely get them in some pots. But I don't have to take them out of the bare root box in spring. I can just keep watering them and keep them growing in a tighter uniform. So in fall, I'll be able to pull them out and plant them in some pots, and some smaller pots, or we'll just see how that goes. We'll play that one by ear. Again, with a lot of ground cover, so the strawberries, the clover, we're definitely going to be doing a lot of that as much as we can, especially the clover, because I really want to bring in those pollinators. So, and that's a good way to start. I'm already doing wildflowers. It's like an every year thing. It's a constant thing. If I see them on sale cheap in a bag, I'll go get them too. Throw them in. Can't hurt. I'd rather have flowers out there. They're pretty. Add some color, and we get those pollinators. We got to get those insects in here to do their jobs, because I can't do it all by myself. And that's pretty much it. There's, like I said, there's a lot of stuff ready for the orchard. I want to fill in that orchard a lot more. I got it staked out pretty good the way I want it. The path is going to go in there. made some slight alterations on what I was going to do. I was going to do a rose hip maze, but that didn't quite work out because, you know, every time I started growing them, I would probably chop them down with the bushwhacker or the lawnmower because it was getting in the way. So it just became a nuisance. I just cut it down. So sometimes you just got to move on from some projects. So they're going to be cleaning up aisle 6, which is usually just the right side of my property there. There's a lot of logs. We're going to be getting them into certain areas to make, whether it's some type of raised bed or trim around one of the guilds, something like that. We're definitely going to get them in there. The good nursery logs, when they start to rot, they really bring in the microbes and all the beneficial insects and stuff like that too. So it's always a good ecosystem to keep around all your plants. We're going to be working on insect repelling. We'll see how that goes and what I'm going to do, but we're getting a lot of moths, I think, or a lot of caterpillars up in there somehow. Or ants for that matter. I'm not really sure what's eating the fruit, but they're eating a lot. So we want to see if we can slow down that side of it, but that's not a major priority. We'll work on it. I mean, it's all an ecosystem, so it's going to work itself out. It just takes time. I'm going into my 6th, that was my 6th summer, I believe. I'm going into my 7th summer, and I can't wait. So I hope you all stick around and watch some of my next videos. I still, like I said, we got CD Saturday. I think that's coming up in February, if I'm not mistaken. We got some other stuff I got to get done in the green, out there in the food forest, sorry. I want to get some cardboard down on some of my raised beds. They're a little overgrown right now, and see if maybe I can do a little chopping and weigh it down and try to really get that weight on there and try to see if I can, you know, maybe grow something in the summer. I do veggies there, but, you know, again, the bugs are so bad that they just eat peppers and all this other stuff. So we'll see what we can throw in there. The potatoes did good there, so we'll try that. We'll see how it goes. But that's it. I'm glad you guys came by to check out my video. Come back next week. We'll totally try and get outside and do something this time. It has been absolutely colder than Arctic wind. It's -7 out there at least right now. So you guys stay safe, get those snow tires on, and come back next week. Have a good one.